What's your advice to people who haven't found their soulmate yet?
Don't feel bad. Even the married ones are still searching.
A lot of marriages, if not the majority, are people who are married but have stronger feelings for somebody else. Okay? And so there's various reasons why people will just still choose to move on and get married. But what I see happen in many situations, and I'm not wishing this on anyone, I'm not encouraging it, but many people at some point end up divorced. Because the reality is they married someone they weren't truly into like that. Or they married someone they weren't truly in alignment with. Or they married someone that they didn't have the proper foundation with, right?
Something I think is weird is when men are in relationships and they still have the urge to check out other women. And this goes for married men too. And then they would validate their actions by saying, well, I'm in a whole committed relationship. It doesn't matter if I window shop, I can still look. I feel like if you're looking or if you still feel a need to look, then what you have is not satisfying you enough. Now, I never said that you cannot acknowledge the fact that there's other attractive people out there, but I'm saying that it's not always a necessity to look at other people in that way. So for every woman who passes by with big breasts and a big butt, I don't gotta turn my head and look at every single woman. And some men would try to justify this by saying, well, all men do it. It's okay. All men are like this. No, all men aren't like that.
Okay, I wanted to answer this quickly because I was on live yesterday and somebody said to me, why are these men getting married but then acting like they are single? And I have the answer for you. It is because most of the time, these men are not getting married to women that they love. It is very rare that a man ends up marrying his dream woman, the woman that he's always been obsessed about. Men usually fumble that woman, okay? They probably met her at a time where they were a mess, okay? They did not have it together and they had to let that woman go, or that woman got tired of their shit and she just left. Anyway, the main point is these men are not marrying women that they truly love, that they are madly in love with, okay? That they are passionately in love with, that they respect, that they want to be with, that they spent years obsessing over. They are not marrying these kind of women because the truth is the majority of men do not have what it takes to be with their dream woman. That's why she's a dream woman. She stays a fantasy because most men just do not have what it takes to be with that woman. So what do? They end up settling for these other women that they end up marrying, okay? And now, what you have to understand is the reason why this happens is because men marry when they can, not when they want to. There is a huge difference between how women view marriage and how men view marriage. Remember, we have also been conditioned to think that our only life purpose is to seek a partner and to build a family, okay? Traditionally speaking, that is what is seen as a woman's life goal. It's as if we're just here to find a man and just find some man to coexist with, okay, and pop out some babies. We view marriage different to men, okay? Men get married when they can. They need to be mentally ready, and then they also need to be financially ready. If these two things are not there for that man, he will not get married, okay? It doesn't matter who the woman is. It doesn't matter how much he loves her. Men will fumble the woman that they want because they are not ready. That's why you get these situations, okay, where men are married but they are acting like they are single, okay? So you're probably catching him flirting with girls online. Maybe he's on a dating app. Maybe he's texting women. So, he's acting like a single man. That's because here he thinks he is a single man. That's because up here he still believes he is a single man because he never really got out of that mode, okay? Just because he married you because he had the resources at the time and you were in close proximity to him. That's why it's nothing special when a man wants to marry you so quickly, ladies. It's just because he has the resources and he's ready to marry you, okay? If you had met him a few years before, he wouldn't be ready and he probably would have fumbled you, okay? That's why all of this stuff means absolutely nothing. And this is why I tell you, ladies, get the lifestyle. If you go for the lifestyle, you'll get the man that you want, okay? So instead of going after the man, you go after the lifestyle. You go after the person who can give you the lifestyle that you want. You go after the person who can complement the kind of life that you want. It's all about aligning with people who have a similar vision to life to you. That's how you do it. That's how you win at life. It's not about picking the partner. It's not about picking the good-looking man. So what? What is a good-looking man going to do for you when you have got things to do? And the truth is, you need more than just love, okay? You need other things. It's time to wake up and smell the coffee. And this is why we have these situations where men are getting married, but they're still behaving single. It's because he truly believes that he is still single. And there is a part of him that still wants to be single, okay? By him texting women online, that's him living out his single man fantasy. Just because he's married to you doesn't mean he wants to be married to you. I'm sorry, it's harsh, but you need to know the reality of men. They marry when they can, meaning they don't pick a wife because they wanted to, they pick her because they can. So they don't care. That's why we'll see cases where men were with their dream girl in the past. You know, he was with a girl that he absolutely loved, he was obsessed with, maybe she was his first love, and he was with her for a couple of years, nothing happened, they didn't end up getting married. As soon as they break up, that man is suddenly engaged and married to another woman, because he's getting married at a time when he can. So it's not about you as the woman. It is not about you. When men pick a woman to marry, it is not about you. Please do not think you are special because a man picked you. Unless you are truly his dream girl and he's been with you for a while and you know that this is true and sincere, then sure, the marriage is valid. But if you're not his dream girl and you feel like this man just came out of nowhere and wanted to marry you, he is settling, okay? He's marrying a woman in close proximity to him, because this is how men are wired, okay? Because he now has the resources and because he now feels capable. Remember, men get married when they feel capable and they feel competent. Now, it's not about you. So really, it's coming from a very sort of narcissistic lens, if you really want to think about it in that way. Men are biologically selfish, okay? And I've said this in many of my videos, but this right here, what we're talking about right now, is the exact example of how men are selfish. They get married when they can. Okay, you on the other hand, you get married when you want to. You would get married even if all the odds were at you. Okay, you would get married even if the world was ending, right? If you found somebody, you'd get married to him. Men are not like that. They will drop you in a heartbeat, ladies. Okay? A man choosing to marry you has nothing to do with how special you are, how in love he is with you. No. He's choosing to get married for his own biological selfish needs. And his selfish needs are the things that are driving him to even get married to you. So remember that. Anyway, have a nice day, guys. Stay detached, ladies. Love you guys.
Ain't nothing more confident and single acting than a married man. You better make sure that you understand the game. They want to see if they still got it, if they can pull. They already got something at home, so they could risk it all, baby. Think about this. The married men's confidence is higher because if they get rejected, they got a wife already at home. But if they don't get rejected, now they can have their cake and eat it too. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Because married men are going to be the most confident out there. They're going to be less shy, less insecure, because they got something at home already, girl. They got a backup. Just like you're going to be more confident if you got a backup, whether it's a dude on the roster, another sugar daddy, a boyfriend, or a husband yourself. You're always going to have more confidence if you got that backup. And I try to tell y'all. See these married men out here? They'll tell you they're married, or they'll lie to you, or they'll tell you some story that sounds legit, but a lot of times they're sitting over there telling you in a roundabout way that they can't be with you all the time for some strange reason, and you believe in they're single. But at the same time, like when they tell you the truth and you're cool with it, you better ask for some money with it. Did you understand?
Saw this and wanted to give my 2 cents. Says, married men, serious question, how do you deal with finding other women attractive? And if I'm being honest, I think you should be able to control whether or not you allow yourself to be attracted to somebody. They can be attractive, they can do things that are attractive, but you should be able to control whether or not you allow yourself to be attracted. And that switch is only on for my wife. That's it. I can see another woman to be like, oh, she got a nice bone structure. Oh, her hair is nice, it's laid, it's slayed. Where's the lace? Whew, can't see it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, she got a nice blouse. They still wear blouses? Maybe not. Anyway, nice blouse. But that's it. Like, I could be walking down an aisle in Walmart, right? A woman bent over, short shorts on, cheeks hanging out. I can see the wrinkles around that balloon knot. You know what I'm saying? Everything. I can see everything. I'm just going to be like, wow, open air asshole next to my Hawaiian rolls is crazy. Anyway, that's it. But you let my wife bend over with some short shorts on, them cheeks hanging out. Excuse me, ma'am. There's an uprising down south. I need a little bit of assistance.
Married men, let's get real. Looking at porn, endlessly scrolling X and Instagram, TikTok, and all the other garbage for half-naked ladies, or entering into an environment with naked women is not just a struggle, it is a choice. It is a choice to dishonor your wife, it is a choice to dishonor God, and it is a choice to become weaker and weaker with every single attempt you make. Stop hiding behind stress, loneliness, or excuses. Every time you enter into that environment, you are saying yes to counterfeit intimacy, and you are saying no to covenant connection. Every time you do this, you are training your body to say yes to some fantasy instead of fighting for real love, real intimacy, and real strength. All of that garbage just does not poison your mind. It poisons your marriage, it destroys your leadership, and it undercuts the legacy that deep down you know you want to create for yourself and for your family. Men of greatness, real men don't make excuses, they make choices. And if you keep choosing that trash, you are choosing weakness. So what's it gonna be? Strength or slavery? Because the man that God created you to be is not living in any one of those environments. The man that God created you to be is standing tall, leading with faith and protecting his marriage like it's his mission. So it's time to man up, cut all that garbage out of your life, and exercise the strength that God has given to you and that I know you want to demonstrate to the world around you.
Have y'all ever realized the men who have girlfriends and wives, those are the ones that act the most single? And then they will get upset and mad that the single guy is trying to talk to the single girl and they're married.
So a husband is scrolling before bed. His wife is asleep beside him. He comes across a woman's profile. He tells himself it's just one picture. But then he starts liking her pictures, loving her pictures. The next night, he checks again. Now he's looking forward to seeing someone who doesn't even know his name. Weeks later, he's sitting across from his pops. His pops been married about 40 years. He laughs it off. It's not like I cheated. His pops doesn't smile. He says, every day you chasing a fantasy, you making your wife compete with someone who doesn't even know you exist. Pop's a straight shooter. Then he says, lust is dangerous because it convinces you that what is real isn't enough, while you keep feeding something that was never real to begin with. I think it's safe to say that Pops got through to him. He hadn't stopped loving his wife. He had slowly trained his mind to crave novelty more than intimacy. And the scary part, his wife never had a chance to compete. She was being compared to edited photos, perfect angles, perfect lighting, perfect moments, by people living completely imperfect lives. The quickest way to become blind to the beauty in your own marriage is to keep staring at someone else's. Protect your eyes. because eventually your heart follows.
Let me tell y'all a secret. Married men are just like single men, except they have somewhere else to go after they visit their girlfriend's house. They go back to their wife's house. Okay, so a lot of ladies are opting out of marriage these days because they say men are unfaithful. And for me, I don't think that's enough to not want to get married, because I look at marriage as a financial thing. So if you go into any type of marriage knowing that that is a possibility for them to cheat or whatnot, then you can better be prepared and also have your, true intentions. So it's all about how you think. It's all about perspective. It's all about how you feel about a certain situation and people. So just make sure you know that before you get emotionally, committed to someone. Make sure you're financially, able to process what's going on in your in your relationship. Like, is this relationship worth it? Then stay. If it's not, then go. Hmm.
As no, I promise, like, and even it's been a weird these past few months, knowing out.
All right, I'm not gonna snitch and say what video I seen, but you know how TikTok is showing like very risque, very sexual stuff on here on when you search something, right? So I see one of the ladies post, I click the comments, and then the dude said, I'm in a marriage. He typed in the comments, I'm in a marriage and I don't know if I want to risk it. Risk what? She's not looking for it. That woman won't want you. Sorry, sir. I don't know why y'all get on here with the audacity. I don't want to risk my marriage. For liking and watching her stuff, you shouldn't be doing it. That's why you're bringing it up. But you're acting like you sitting here watching it is going to get you a step closer. You commenting is going to get you a step closer for her to seeing you. And she don't want you. She never will. So for all the men who are out here commenting, talking about, oh, I don't know if this is worth a marriage and messing up my marriage because I'm looking at other women. She doesn't know you exist, bro. She never will. And if she does, trust me, you're not finna knock those down. Let it go.
If you're a grown man and you're married or you're in a relationship, it is disrespectful as hell for you to be on social media. Trolling random women, leaving likes and comments like you are single while someone at home is committed to you.
And the excuse is always the same. You do not know them, you will never meet them, so it should not matter.
But it is not about looking. Your partner knows you see other women. That part is not the real issue here. And that is where most men miss it, because the problem is the public disrespect, not the private thoughts. You are openly showing attention to other women in a space where your partner can see it clearly. That sends a message that she is not enough, even if you never say those words directly to her face. It makes her question her value, not because she is insecure, but because your actions lack respect. Loyalty is not just about what you do in private, it is also about how you represent your relationship publicly. If you understand this, drop 100 and follow, because respect is shown through actions people can actually see.